everybody, it's Melinda from Paper Wishes by Melinda. I know, a long time no see for most of you. Oh my goodness, I don't even begin to know you where my crazy summer or lack of summer went, and now it's fall. Fall is my favorite time of year. I apologize for being MIA. New software at work has totally put me over the top, but I think we're finally grasping it, and I think I may be back in the land of the living. I have been stamping up a storm, and this video is going to be short and sweet, although I always say that and they get long, so I apologize, but I hope you stick around. I've got some fun, fast cards at the end. I really wanted to showcase the Hope Box and the Paper Pumpkin alternatives. I know I've missed a couple in there. If you follow my blog, paperwishesbymelinda.com, I do have the July and June kits posted on there. I didn't get videos made. I apologize. I'm trying to get back into my normal routine. I have been stamping up a storm. There is so many fun and exciting new projects and products in the fall July through December catalog. If you don't have yours yet, let me know. I'd be happy to get you one. If you're looking for a demonstrator, let me know. I would be happy to help you with that. I love to feature fun. I love to make cards. Follow my blog, paperwishesbymelinda.com. Email me if I can be of any help, melinda@paperwishesbymelinda.com, and I am there to help you. I really just try to have fun with Stampin' Up, and that's what's great about it, is it can be there when I have time and when I don't. Hopefully we won't put in software for many, many more years, so this won't happen again, I promise. Anyway, I just wanted to pop on, show you some fun cards. I absolutely love Paper Pumpkin every month. It is fun. It is just fun to get a box in the mail, jam-packed with supplies to make cards or projects. And every month I love to tear the box apart and do my own thing. There are instructions in there, full color, so you can literally make what comes in the kit. Or if you're part of my Paper Pumpkin and you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin under me, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or a full year, cancel it anytime if you're not happy with it. But if you subscribe under Melinda, paperwishesbymelinda.com, to Paper Pumpkin, I add you to my Paper Pumpkin Perks Club, where I feature fun, a few treats, more supplies to make some fun cards, and an alternative instructions for all the projects that I make. I feature 4 or 5, 6, sometimes 7. I get carried away once in a while. Cards that I will send you supplies to make more cards or projects from your kit, and then I will also send you full color descriptions and pictures of all the cards and the alternatives. I'm going to quick whip through them on here, so you will see them, but if you want a little bit more details or close-ups of them, subscribe to Paper Pumpkin under Melinda and through Stampin' Up! Once a month. You need to sign up by the 10th of every month. So the Christmas one looks amazing, and it is out now. Sign up is available to get that one until October 10th. So you've got a few days yet to subscribe. You won't regret it. These are fun. They are full of just fun. I absolutely love to just get lost in my Paper Pumpkin box. And if you don't like the theme that comes in it, that's okay. Take a different stamp set and change it to happy birthday, change it to thinking of you. They are so easy to adapt. That's what's awesome about them. You won't ever have to be caught without a card. Again, trust me, I may not like this kit. In fact, I will be honest, this one wasn't one of my favorite ones until I got into it, and oh my gosh, I absolutely love every single card that I made. I honestly could keep making cards, but I finally said, okay, you've got enough. And I believe I got 22 cards out of this box, and I still have stuff. I cut apart the envelopes, you name it, I use it to make cards. And I know if you just dive into these, don't let the cover or the looks deceive you, because sometimes I'm not that excited about it, and then I get into it and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so much fun. So give them a try. I really, really encourage you. It's a great way to start stamping. You get an ink set, ink spot every month. You get, which ink spot is just a smaller size ink. You get supplies, you get full color instructions, a stamp set to use over and over, our Paula Premier stamps, which are my absolute favorite. You get a block if you haven't subscribed with your very first kit. You get one of those. I'm opening this box. I actually get 2, so I can make you the projects and then have one more to have a little fun with. So I'm opening this as we speak. If you haven't seen Paper Pumpkin, I know everything comes in a box. And then it comes all wrapped in a kit. I am going to flip the camera in just a second and show you the cards I've made. We're going to make a few, and then I've been crazy stamping some just fun cards, some fall themed cards. So I wanted to share a few with you. I have a Paper Wishes by Melinda Facebook group. It's a private group, so if you love to stamp, want more inspiration, specials, you name it, jump on to my Facebook group. I would love to have you. Just send a request and I will admit you. There's a few simple questions on there. Nothing serious at all. I am going to flip the camera now, but I just wanted to share this with you. Oh boy, I'm stuck on the alms tonight, aren't I? This is not good. So sorry. It's late. I really should be sleeping for tomorrow, but my whole day I kind of goofed around making cards instead of getting this video shot, and I have to make my PDF, so it's going to be a late night. It's okay. I only have an auditor first thing in the morning. It's all good. I like to fly by the seat of my pants. I have a bunch of Happy Mail going on in the mail tomorrow too. So Happy Mail is cards, gifts for any orders of $50 or more. I always send cards with every order, cards that aren't signable so you can pretend you made them and send them on. I happily reward for any and all orders. I love to hear from all of you, and I love to help you with your stamping needs. So let's play with the Paper Pumpkin Hope box. I'm going to flip the camera and hope this works as it's supposed to. Bear with me. The video world and I don't always see eye to eye. All right. Hopefully you're looking at my cards and not my really messy desk. All right, looks good. This is a super fun gift. This is the craft card box, and I thought this was just a super fun thing to make. So I'm going to make that with you in just a second, but I want to show you first. There's envelopes in your kit, and there are die cuts, words in several languages. Unfortunately, I only know the English, so we're only going to use English. There are some little mats, some pre-cut shapes, more mats, some beautiful laser cut stickers. Here's your card bases, some more laser cuts. You could make this into a gift box. I chose not to do that, but you could actually put the band around the box and make it into a pretty gift box. We're going to do something with the card box instead. More card bases and your full color instructions, which are great. I usually don't ever follow them, but they are beautiful cards and lots. So for the beginner stamper that just wants to make simple cards, here you go. It is all here. I am going to take you through the cards that I made, and then we're going to make a few cards quick. One thing that is awesome about the Paper Pumpkin box is they are great to store cards in. You could have one labeled if you, I keep mine in Rubbermaid totes, but if you don't have a way to store your cards, use your boxes, or they're great for gifts. Sometimes for Christmases and birthdays for some of my elderly people, or just anybody. It's a great way to give. Cards are wonderful. Everybody needs cards to send out, and you can keep them beautifully packaged in this box. You could have them stored on a shelf and label them Christmas, Halloween, thinking of you, wedding, all the cards that you need, or just a variety of cards in a box and give it as a gift. Use your boxes. They're also great for boxes during the holidays if you need wrapping. They come in very handy for lots of things. This was an absolutely beautiful box. This was made by our company founder, Shelley Gardner. And I just, like I said, at first I wasn't sold on this kit, and the more I started to play, wow, it is an amazing kit. So I'm going to open the box and we are going to look at some of the cards. This card I turned into a happy birthday card, used some of the banners out of the kit. This is one of the labels, but I turned it upside down and made it into a happy birthday. Added some baker's twine. This is the ribbon that came in the kit, the Blackberry Bliss. I just folded, it's kind of like a gauze ribbon. I folded it in half, tucked it under this is a card base cut apart. So there's one. Check this one out. Just a note of hope. This is ink, the Blackberry Bliss ink that came in the kit. The sequins that are adhesive backed. This was out of the kit. There's some of the banners out of the kit. I did use the ticket label there. The butterfly, I added some gems to the butterfly. Always remember to add something inside. So there's a little bit of the stripe of the gist grade, and there is one of the laser cut butterflies. Here's just a fun one. This is actually part of an envelope. There's the Happy Hippo die cuts. I just love those, and I stamped and did some texture with the New World embossing folder on that, some gingham ribbon. This is one of the laser cut dies that come in the kit, and there's some of the embellishments, the umbrella. Once again, flip the label over because I didn't want to use, I used some of the foreign words, flipped it over and stamped Happy Birthday with the Blackberry Bliss, and that's on Bumblebee. I love this one, Calypso Coral, Pool Party, some of the banners. Hope your day is fantastic and fabulous. One of the birthday sayings I just found. I love to use our rhinestones, so I just added some rhinestones. 3D subtle embossing folder, one of my absolute favorites. If you don't have that one, it's a must. I tend to love texture on cards, so this was a fun one. I did use Just Stayed ink on this one, but it is out of the stamp that came in the kit. And it says, always hope, because you never know where tomorrow will bring. I love that saying. This is basic gray, one of the mats out of the kit. This is another one of the mats. I just stamped right on it. The tomorrow word actually was in the kit too. Just cut it out. Rhinestones, some of the Bumblebee gingham ribbon. I did subtly emboss the Bumblebee paper there. Isn't that just fun? Super cute. Now, here's another one. This is part of the envelope, cut apart, stamped the butterfly, added some rhinestones, which are falling, my sequin is falling off there. Goodness gracious. Just a note of hope. I actually have some friends who are in October's breast cancer month, and I know a couple gals who are good friends who are in that situation, and I think a box of cards is just an absolutely perfect way to let them know we're thinking about them, and they can send them on to people they know. Use these cards. This box was amazing. This one was the new peach. Oh my goodness, I can't think of the name. I want to say peach, and it is the pale papaya. There we go. Peach was not quite right. I did use the hope label out of the kit. There is the laser cuts. There's a laser cut flower. That's one of the circles of the kit. Baker's twine. Super cute. These cards are all the standard card base. Here's another one. Just Jade. I absolutely love this. Always hope, because you never will know what tomorrow will bring. Stamped some butterflies, added some sequins around. That is Blackberry Bliss on the Just Jade. I did pop that up with Stampin' Dimensionals. Dimension is always fun on a card. Here is another one where there is, I just noticed I managed to cut off hope. So we might have to stick hope on there. That is really talented, isn't it? Goodness gracious. This one will need to be edited, but there's some butterflies I popped up, added some rhinestones, some flowers, butterfly out of the kit. This is Calypso Coral, Bumblebee, and one of the card bases. That is too funny. Here's another one. I just love that saying. Just Jade, Bumblebee. This is one of the envelopes. Some of our, this one is not Just Jade. This is actually our new Succulent, and I absolutely love that paper, that color too. It is one of our new in colors, Soft Succulent. Absolutely gorgeous. That is a Soft Succulent ribbon. Here's some more Bumblebee. That is ours, Stitch So Sweetly die cuts. You know me, I use these all the time. I stamped the butterfly and Calypso Coral. Then I used the Blackberry Bliss, flowers out of the kit. The gingham Bumblebee ribbon was so fun with this. This one is Just Jade with the hope label. This is part of an envelope flap. Isn't that just so simple? I love how that just looks stenciled on there. Butterflies, I added some rhinestones. The Bumblebee gingham. Where there is hope, there is faith. There's that missing word hope. Another envelope flap, Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, part of the envelope base label. This is Calypso Coral ink. Stamped inside the card too. Don't forget the insides of your cards or the envelopes. The envelopes to this kit were so beautiful. Love this one too. This is on Calypso Coral, stamped with Calypso Coral, the butterflies. I just kind of background stamped it. And then this is the 3x3 square and a 3 1/4 by, actually I made that a little bit longer. So I think that's 3 1/2 inch, just Bumblebee. The gingham ribbon. I did just fussy cut out a stamped butterfly. Super cute, easy. Here's just a simple one. Where there is hope, there is faith. This is magenta, no, polished pink. Oh, help. This is terrible. Brain dead tonight. Yes, polished pink. Whew. And the butterflies, this is all envelopes just cut apart into 1.5-inch strips. So simple, 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 simple. These cards are quick, fun, and fast. Here is the butterfly out of the kit. See it? It is literally cut in half right down the middle. I put one on the pink. This is the back of a card base. There's the butterfly. I did mount it on Stampin' Dimensionals. There is some sponged, one of the circles, I just used one of the sponge daubers, sponged around it for a little bit of the polished pink look, baker's twine, and some gems. This one, I used the Blackberry Bliss, the soft succulent. There's the butterfly. I flipped one of the labels over once again because you have a lot of foreign labels, so I just used them for other sayings rather than the German or the French that it comes with them. Added some rhinestones. I love, love, love this one too. This is one of the mats in the kit, and I just went 1/4 inch out around it, added some butterflies, popped up the words. I actually cut the words right out of one of the strips. If I can find it quick, I will show you. Well, this one, but there's actually another one. Yeah, it was this one actually, I think. Yes, yes. Just popped the words right out and stuck them on there. So isn't that fun? Pop some butterflies on. Who doesn't love butterflies? Baker's twine, and there's some more of that subtle 3D embossing folder. I love that. That is a 2-inch strip. Standard card, just some basic white inside. So look at how fun and simple these cards are. I am just going to make a few with you quick. Hopefully you will enjoy them as much as I enjoyed putting them together. I love this craft card base box. This is so much fun. Look how fun it would be to just send a few cards to a friend. I think you can easily get 4 or 5. There's 4 cards in there. What a fun gift. Wrap a ribbon around it, and how nice. The envelopes will fit in there and you can just give it away. So I'm going to show you how simple that is to put together. And if you're in my Perks Club, you will probably be getting one of these craft boxes to make. They are just super simple to put together. They come like this. They come in a package of, I believe, it doesn't say, I think it's 8 or 10. I probably should know that, shouldn't I? They are orderable in the holiday catalog. And you just literally put them together by peeling off the little flaps and sticking them together like so. It's a good idea to fold them good before. All right. Just such a simple kit, and what a fun gift in the mail. You could just stick this in a little mailer and send a box of cards for so many fun reasons. Showers, thank yous, weddings. Sometimes we all have it all, and it's just a great way to just send a card. So just get the top flap done. All right, there we go. Now, there you have it, a cute little card box. I should have creased my lid just a little bit more. There we go. Now, to decorate this one, literally took I should put this beside me instead of reaching in front of me. All right. Don't need the directions. Okay, these are the intricate laser cut flower, butterfly, I don't know what you'd want to call them. So I just literally took that all out, and I did cut out, no I didn't. Okay, we are going to go ahead and stick that underneath, but I do need to grab a butterfly out of the kit too. I need the yellow label, and we need a purple, and I'm going to chop this in half because I just want to use both ends of that one. So we're going to cut that in half right away. These are the little banners, and I literally cut out one of the butterflies out of this. Now you wouldn't have to do this. I'm trying to think how I did that. Actually, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so nobody's going to see the inside of this box. So I actually did use just a little bit of tape. And good thing I said a little bit because I just ran out of tape. But I just taped that right down on the sides where you're not going to see it. Like so. And that tape is gone. So here's just a little bit more, not the clear kind, but it's okay. There you go. So now we have, isn't that just pretty? You can look through the window and see our beautiful butterflies. Then these are the labels that come in all the different words, and as you can tell, a lot of them are in foreign languages, so I would just flip them over, and they make great labels to use for other things. So I chose the Hope one, so I took a tag like so, and I just kind of mounted this before I stamped it. Goodness, there's stuff all over here. And I took my two labels, and I'm just going to use my oh Lord, where is my tape runner? It was right here, and it ran away. Do you believe that? Just when I try to be so completely organized, I see the refill, but I need the runner. Oh, where did that go? How does this happen? Only to me, let me tell you. That is really weird. Hang on one second. So sorry. I'm just going to grab a new one because I do not know where my tape runner ran to. So I guess to me from me will be a new tape runner for the evening. I love to use our Stampin' Seal Plus. So I guess we'll break this one out of the box. That is just bizarre. I don't know where he ran off to. So I am going to just kind of stick these two little labels together like so, little banners. And there's really no right or wrong. Just kind of stick them together like so. And then I did put them kind of on the corner of the yellow tag that came in the kit. So we're just going to kind of stick them together like so. Then I did use some of the Stampin' Dimensionals, and you do get some in the kit. I'm just using some that I already had open right now. But we're going to go ahead. I'm going to move that over actually. And we want to stick this down on the yellow label. I love to use my take your pick tool to take the backs off those. And I'm just going to go ahead and put the Hope right across there. And you do get some sequins in the kit that come in the supplies. What in the heck? Okay, deep breath. Why is everything disappearing on me tonight? This is really bizarre. Where did my sequins go? Oh, I think people are ganging up on me here. Wonder if Oh my goodness, I apologize. This is just epic disaster. Oh, duh, right here. All right, they came, you get a little tool kit, we could call it. Really one of the only things you need is probably some adhesive and some scissors. Some of our paper snips or scissors are great for putting together the paper pumpkins. They did come with some little adhesive backed embellishments. So these are really, really pretty, and they are sticky on the back. So all you have to do is kind of stick them down. And I just covered up the tag like so. And we're just going to stick this right down to our box. Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh, it's so pretty. And I once again went ahead and I used the dimensionals to stick this down to the back of the kit like so, and just peel the backs off those. All right, kind of just angle it there in the corner. And I love, love, love to use baker's twine. So I just made a double bow, and I just, whenever I do that, I just take 2 strands about the same length, snip it in half, and I tie my bow, and I got plenty here. So I probably am going to be a little wasteful, but maybe not, because I don't know if I got my tails very. Let's start over. It never works when you're tying a bow on live camera, just never. You can just, it's a guarantee. All right, that looks pretty good. Then just play with your tails till you get them down to the size you want. And then I love to kind of trim them off at an angle. Isn't that just fun? And I'm just going to use a mini glue dot. And there are some that come in your kit. Since I have a roll out, I am just going to go ahead and use my roll. But they just kind of play with that. And stick your bow right down to it and kind of set it at an angle so some of your words, and isn't that just gorgeous? I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to fill it with some cards, and like I said, I have some special people that are going to get some boxes of cards. This is one of the perks that will come in your perks kit for those of you that are in the perks club. Now we're just going to quick make a couple cards. These cards were just really simple, so I don't think there's a lot of explanation that goes into these. Just wanted to quick whip together just a couple for those of you that are new, maybe to Stampin' Up or to stamping, so you can kind of just see how we rolled through them. I love to cut apart the card bases using our paper trimmer. If you don't have a paper trimmer, that's another thing you might want to consider if you're looking into paper pumpkin or just stamping. Our paper trimmer is amazing. You can measure with it down to the 1/8 of an inches. You can cut both ways. You can score your cards. Scoring is just to score in the center of a card. So I like to start with a standard card base. This one is 5.5 by 8.5, scored in the center of 4 1/4. And that is Calypso's Coral. Now I am just cutting down this card base because I want it to go down to 4. So I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off of each side. Since there is a design, I want to try to just take a little bit off of each side. And then same thing, I'm going to get it down to 5 1/4, but I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off the top, and I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to take about 1/8 of an inch off the top. Now I have got a 5 1/4. Then I already have pre-cut the rest of this. Then I went 1/8 of an inch out for the mat on this. And these fell on the floor. Of course, this is like what can go wrong does go wrong in a video. All right, I'm going to just use my Stampin' Seal. Actually, I am going to stamp on this first. And all I did was I basically stamped a butterfly in the Blackberry Bliss. And I didn't have that mounted. These are dark ink, so they will discolor your stamp set. It's okay. This is clean. If you're worried about it, you can take a piece of scrap paper and stamp down on it just to make sure that it is clean of ink, but I have cleaned this. I have 2 Blackberry Blisses, and I'm gonna switch to the other one here. All right, here we go. This is a really dark ink. So I just stamped a butterfly kind of up in the corner because butterflies fly away, right? So here we go. I'm just going to put that down in the corner. And then I also stamped the message, where there is faith, there is hope. And I don't know why I didn't have these mounted, but you can use grid paper to try and line your words up if you're worried about them being straight, and then mount them on your blocks. Otherwise, you just lay your stamp set down and mount it right on your clear blocks. The clear blocks are awesome because you can look right through them as you stamp. All right, there is our label. So now I am just going to flip this over, add some adhesive to the back, and I'm going to mount it on the pre-cut Blackberry Bliss cardstock. And I really should close that ink pad. I am playing with Russian roulette there. All right, then I am going to take some of the, oops, there's not very much on that one. This is why I get 2 kits. Like I said, the ribbon that comes in the kit, it's just a kind of a weird feel. I love it. It's gorgeous blackberry bliss ribbon, and I'm going to cut it down, and I'm just going to knot it. It's a really thick ribbon, so it's kind of hard to tie in a bow. You can, but it's super easy to knot, and of course that probably won't want to come out the way I want it to when I'm on film, but we'll try it. All right, ooh, that doesn't look too bad. Then just take your paper snips and trim down your edges the way that you want them to be. And it's kind of neat to have a frayed look. I actually like that. It will fray a little bit. That's just the type of ribbon that it is, but isn't that just gorgeous? And you can play with the edges on the ribbon. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my adhesive. You could also pop this up with dimensionals too. Either way would be tons of fun. I like to use a Stampin' Seal Plus, just a little bit thicker, and I tend to overuse because I want to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. You don't need to be quite as crazy as I am. But we're just going to stick that down to our Calypso Coral card base, like so. Then I took a couple of the laser cut yellow bumblebee butterflies in the kit, and I used some of our mini Stampin' dimensionals, which I have right here. If there's any left on my thing, yep. Oh, I'm in luck, just a couple. And I just stuck them right down like so. Sometimes you have to bend them over just a hair. And they're fun because you can kind of bend their wings up and just play with them a little bit. I don't have any more in this kit, so we're going to make this one work. Oh, yes, here's the set right here. All right. And you could use mini glue dots if you didn't want the butterflies to fly up off the card. I love to add dimension to cards. But there you go. And then it's always fun to add a little bit of bling to cards. So I use the rhinestones. And I put a couple on the butterfly, like so. And then I added one to each of the little yellow bumblebee. I keep saying yellow. It is actually bumblebee. There we go. There we go. Isn't that just fun? I love this card. Then don't ever forget your card base. And I like to take the outside of the card to the inside. So I literally just stamped on oh, something was on my ink pad, but you know what? Every paper has 2 sides. So don't panic. Let's just wipe that off. I don't know what is on my ink pad there, but all right, let's try this again. And there, that looks much better. Always remember there is 2 sides to every paper in that situation. So we are just going to take a 4. Whoops, don't push too hard. That's what happens when you push hard, and I push too hard. A 4 by 5 1/4 inch basic white, and just mount it right inside of my card. I love to do that, especially on darker colored cardstocks. It's just easy to write, and I think it just adds weight and makes for a really pretty card inside. So there you go. Super fun, super easy card. This is another fun one that I did using the Blackberry Bliss, and I used one of the card bases, and I cut it up. This one we don't have to worry because it's all just the same. So we are going to make it a 4 by 5 1/4, because that is the standard size I like to mat with. And save these strips because you can use them inside of cards. And I'm going to go ahead right now and cut this little strip off of here, just like so. And we're going to use it inside of the card in just a minute. So we're going to set that right here. Oops. And this one is using one of the envelopes. That's right. I even cut apart the envelopes. How cool is that? It's just use these kits. That's what they're for. Use them. Have fun with them. This was actually the back of an envelope. So I literally just carefully took apart the envelope. Carefully is the key word here. And sometimes they come apart better than others. All right, we got it. So I am just going to, and this paper is a little bit flimsier, so cut with caution. But I did start by first cutting it right down the line. And that's what happens. It gets a little fray. It's just because the paper is not as heavy in quality. Now I'm going to go ahead and just take this till it's a straight line. I probably should change that didn't cut very well. I wonder if I need to change my blade to top it off. Oh, yeah, that's better. I think I was just too close to the edge. You don't want to be close to the edge. I think my goal, it's okay, don't panic. You can take your fingernail if you have fray marks and rub it off. This will turn out fine in the end. And we are going to make this 3.5. It's going to be just a hair short of 3.5. We're going to go 3.25. All right, and then we're going to go, let's just do 4.5. This one might be a little bit different size than the other one. Nope, actually I think that is just perfect. So just play with it till you get a section that looks the way you want it to. And like I said, this is the card base. I am going to stamp just a note of hope. Isn't that just, I love that saying. It's just absolutely perfect. It really is. These cards are neat. They can really, I guarantee they will cheer people up. Great to have on hand. We all could use hope from time to time. So these cards are just perfect for that. I just got ink on my fingers. Getting better by the minute here. All right, we're going to stamp right down in the corner just a note of hope. Perfect. Then we are going to I just literally took my tape runner and stuck this down to our 4 by 5.25 inch card base, like so. All right, and then I tied the same ribbon around it, as you can tell, and I went ahead and mounted it right on top of our card. And this one I'm not gonna put the bow on, but you can do either or. So this one I had I had the bow around the card base. I think I'm gonna just try some ribbon and just do a little something different. We can do around the whole thing too. It's absolutely fine. There are no rules and no judging when stamping. And no one knows when you made a mistake because you don't have to tell them. And so I'm just going to knot it once again. Like so. And that one didn't cooperate quite as well, but it will work. So just turn them till you want them. Trim off your ends. Ooh, that one got kind of messy. That's okay. You can play with it. You can use a mini glue dot to make it stick down. This one I'm not liking very well, but it's okay. I'm actually killing it worse by the minute, aren't I? Goodness. I love to angle my ribbon when I cut. Needless to say, that one is kind of interesting. And then I just took a couple of the butterflies out of the kit, and I am going to just use my glue dots on, oh goodness, on these, and just stick down a couple butterflies to the card as the glue dots go flying, because of course everything that can go wrong in this video is going wrong. I so apologize. It's okay. You know I'm human, right? And I just kind of had a couple more butterflies, and you can kind of make them angle any way you want. Oh goodness, now the blue dot's stuck to the desk. Whew, tune in tomorrow. All right, and then we're just gonna add some bling because every card is better with bling. And I love to add some bling to the butterflies. I just think that's fun to add some to them. And then I just sprinkled some around the card. One down here, a couple up in here. One is stuck to my finger, so he'll be perfect there. Isn't that just pretty? I love this card. Don't forget the inside of the cards. This one, I just used that strip of paper that we used off the card base. And I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna use my glue here. Just put a little bit on the edge of that. And go ahead and stick it down to the corner of the card. And just take your scissors, your paper snips, and chop off that little extra edge. And I did stamp a little butterfly, but we'll get him later in the corner. And just go ahead and add that to the inside of your card. A little trick that I will tell you is I love to actually wrap my ribbon, whatever ribbon I'm using, around my card, because if I happen to be sending money or a check in the mail as a gift, I like to tuck it under that ribbon so that it just doesn't go anywhere and it's inside the card. I did stamp a little butterfly on the inside of this, oh, 2 of them in the Blackberry Bliss. So super fun card, cute, simple. You can make these cards. They are easy. I promise you, anybody can make them. This is a fun one, adapting some of the items of the kit into a birthday card. So I took a piece of the thick white cardstock and I used Pool Party, and I did emboss this already in the 3D Subtle Embossing folder. Like I said, it is literally one of my favorite embossing folders. If you buy one ever, that is the one to get. I use it all the time. Now we're going to use a word that I don't really know, and we're going to flip it upside down. And this one, this how remember how I said you can flip these into cards for whatever occasion? Do that. If you have a card that you're just not going to use that saying, it's okay. Peaceful Moments, one of my favorite stamp sets. I'm going to grab the happy birthday out of it, and we're going to make this a birthday card because I always need birthday cards. Who doesn't need a birthday card to go out in the mail? I'm in a couple birthday groups, so I'm always got a great big block for this one, but it'll work. I'm going to grab my Blackberry Bliss ink, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp this and get it ready to go. Awesome. And now I have Blackberry Bliss on my fingertips. So we're going to grab a new one because I don't really want that ink spot. We'll use that for something else. And we're going to go ahead. Oh. All right. Can you tell this is just going great? I didn't have my ink mounted down. So let's go for number 3. I bet this could qualify for America's Worst Home Video right at the moment. All right, happy birthday. Perfect, right down to the center. Third time has got to be a charm, right? So yeah, wow, this is getting better by the minute. Oof. All right, we're gonna just pop out 3 of the banners. I think these are just fun. I love, love, love the colors of this. And I literally just lined them up on the card. And I started in the center with the first one. And then I worked out from there. So we'll just kind of put one down. And then we're going to add the other 2 beside it. Like so. This is just a fun card. And then I didn't on that one, but you know what? Everything is always better with baker's twine. So I am going to take some baker's twine and I'm going to wrap this. I love 3 times. 3 times is just always a charm. Obviously tonight, 3 times is a charm because we all know how many things I've managed to group up. And you can either use some Stampin' Seal right there in the center and just stick your ends right in that, or you can just tie a little knot because the label is going to hide it. So we're going to just knot it off, and Then I am going to grab some dimensionals here, and we're going to label and this down, pop those off. The take your pick tool is amazing. It works for so many things, but it works great for popping those labels off. And we're going to go ahead and stick that right down. Oh yeah, I like the ribbon on the card too. Perfect. And I'm going to lightly, since this is embossed, run your runner lightly because it does like to pick up the texture of the paper. Whoops, see, it just did a little bit. All right, and we're going to stick that right down to the center of the basic white thick cardstock. Oh, isn't that fun? So fun. All right, grab one of your laser cut butterflies. These are just fun. And a glue dot. I have any that aren't stuck on the floor right at the moment. I'm going to stick that right on the back of the butterfly, and you could use mini dimensionals if you want it to fly up. There we go. And we're going to add a rhinestone to the butterfly. And I added a couple more rhinestones to the corners of the card. And you could add as many as you want, or leave them off, or add some silver rhinestones, whatever. Isn't that just a fun card? I love this card. It is just a perfect birthday card. So there's adapting the card, you know, the kit to just different things. It's okay. This one is also a fun one. Always hope, because you never know what tomorrow will bring. I love the saying. It is just a really, really pretty saying. Very just useful for so many reasons. Sympathy, you name it. I think you could use it for this one. So I got that mounted. This is a soft succulent cardigan, and we're going to grab one more of those pink, I just want to call them strawberry slush cards. They just look so pretty. Like so. Here we go. And we're going to go ahead and cut that down to a 4 by 5 1/4. Like so. And use the insides of your cards. We're going to go ahead and do that too. Because I literally use every ounce of these cards. I do. So you will see that I'm going to cut off the strip to use. And I do need to change my blade. It's getting gummed up here. All right. So, okay. Then we just mounted this on our card front, standard card base, like so. Then I took one of the printed squares that come in the kit. This kit was just jam-packed with stuff. There was so much stuff in this kit to use. Oh, goodness. All right. You're probably going, oh, this poor lady needs help. Then what I did was I just cut this 1/8 of an inch higher, larger than the pale papaya. So that measures to, I believe this is 3 1/8. So I cut this to about 3, let's see, I went 2/8 farther out. And I believe lengthwise it is 4, slightly over 4 1/8. So I just kind of went 4 1/8 out 2 more, and perfect. So I just kind of eyeball and measure. It's not an exact measurement, so I kind of just went out 1/8 of an inch from the die cut. Then we are going to just go ahead and quick stamp our image. This is a bigger image, so you want to make sure that you get it inked up well. And we're going to go ahead and stamp it right down in the center of the card. Awesome. That's stamped well. And then I just adhered that to the pale papaya that we cut out already. These are just simple cards. You probably don't even need videos, but I just wanted to show you some of them because I thought they were so fun. Now if I could just find the butterfly in the kit. Where did the butterfly go? Goodness gracious. He is missing in action. Huh. I should have had these all pulled. That is weird. I don't know where he's at. Well, here we go. Grabbed one of the butterflies. Once again, I used a mini glue dot on the back of it. They're so frail. I don't really want anything to show. So mini glue dot is absolutely perfect. And you can kind of fold the wings up just a little bit and just kind of adhere that down in the corner. And I did add some of the sequins around the card. And I did use some of the actual rhinestones on the butterfly. You wouldn't have to, I just thought that was kind of fun. Butterflies should sparkle, right? All right, and some dimensionals on the back of this. It's fun to pop things off cards. So dimensionals are really fun. They're adhesive backed. They're just fun to add some dimension to cards. I use them a lot. It's one of the perks of being a demonstrator. I can just use. If you love Stampin' Up, seriously consider joining Stampin' Up and the Paper Wishes team. We feature fun, free training, lots and lots of friendships, cards, you name it. It is a good time. So we could stick this straight or we could stick this at an angle. And you know what? I think I'm just going to angle this one for fun. Isn't that just fun? A little bit of a variation. There's straight, there is angled, super fun cards. You could add a bow on this if you want. Don't forget the inside of the cards. Now, remember how I used that, the back side of the envelope? I already had a basic white cut, but you could use the back side of the envelope for the inside of the cards. I literally use all the pieces of the card. Once again, I have a little strip already of the card front that I cut off. So I'm just going to go ahead. I use these strips, just bring some color inside. Use your strips, use the multi-purpose glue. That's why I said I got 22 cards out of this kit and I really could keep making them. I just kind of quit, but I still have supplies left. When you cut apart the envelopes, just adding cardstock, you can take these cards to a whole new level. So there's the strip, and then we're just going to use our Stampin' Seal. And we're going to mount that right down inside. Isn't that fun? Just adding a little bit of color inside the card, and voila. Super cute card. I love how this turned out. I actually like angling it too. So there you have it. There's just a few of the alternatives that I thought would be fun. There is two different, this is the rest of that envelope that we used the back side. I ended up using the front side of it, and there is one of the strips too in the different cards featured. So use the envelopes. Yes, the envelopes are absolutely beautiful to send cards in, but if you really want to keep the kit rolling, just have some fun with some of the different pieces in the kit. Now this is that butterfly that I cut apart. See how pretty and laser cut that is? I just literally took my trimmer and I cut it right down the center like so. And there you have it. 2 cards out of 1 butterfly. I literally put one on one side and one on the other side of the card. Beautiful, beautiful cards. So have fun with this kit. If you haven't already played, have fun with it. Now I have got just a few fun, fast cards. I could go on and on because I have been stamping up a storm. I should really show you what all I've been making, but we'll save that for another day. My stamp room is rather a mess, but I've been having a lot of fun. This is the Pretty Pumpkin set. It has die cuts. I absolutely love this set. It's just so fun for fall. If friends were pumpkins, I'd pick you. So thankful for you to gather together. Perfect set. Look at the detail. The die cuts are just amazing, the detail in them. This is just a card that I thought was fun. So It's So Thankful for You. And I used some of the paper out of the Expressions in Ink specialty paper. This paper is absolutely gorgeous, but it's really bold paper. And sometimes bold paper can be very intimidating. And today, I use this paper a lot actually, but today I had fun with some fall themed cards. Now this looks like a pretty bright spring set stamp DSP Designer Series paper, right? Well, I think I managed to get some just fun fall cards out of it. So I want to share a couple that I did with you quick. This was a super simple card. I just used some crumb cake cardstock. I used my Stitch So Sweetly labels. No, actually, this is the color and contour label. I cut a 4 by 5 1/4 inch base, and we're going to mount that right on top of our card, like so. And I try to have everything die cut ahead of time. And this is just a strip of the paper out of the Taste in Good Taste Designer Series paper. This is just awesome paper pack. It's just great basic papers. And this is a 5 inch long by 1.5 inch wide strip of the wood grain paper, because, you know, pumpkins, wood grain, fall. I love this card. So I use some early espresso ink, one of my absolutely favorite inks. I use this ink a lot. And I have the pumpkins mounted. We're gonna stamp our pumpkins right down here at the bottom of the card, like so. And then I have my So Thankful for You. And we are going to stamp that right at the center. All right, there we go. Now we're going to close up this ink. And this is where I had just a little bit of fun with this one. I decided to take my markers and my Stampin' blends, and I just colored in the stem just to add a little bit of color. You can still see the ink through, so that was kind of fun. And you could use a lighter. This one happens to be dark soft suede. You could use several of our different colors in the browns. I just kind of colored in the stems, and then I am going to color in the leaves. This one I'm going to do a little bit lighter than I did the first one. I love our Stampin' blends. They are so easy to color with. They don't leave lines. They just blend. You can draw color if you want to make them darker and lighter. In fact, we might have a little bit of fun in just a minute here. Just color them in. And I'm going to flip it over and use the fine point like so. Then it's always fun to use some baker's twine, and I am just going to tie a simple bow for the pumpkin stem. I love texture, I love embellishments, and I love textures and dimension when I make a card. Everybody has their way of stamping. There's no right or there's no wrong. You can make quick cards, fancy cards, fast cards. I tend to be more of a quick stamper. Oh, that one's a little larger than the pumpkin. Just keep playing with your tails till you get it to the size you want. I like that. And then it's fun to leave longer tails too. It's fun to just angle them off. That one might still be a little bit long, but we can trim it up once we get it stuck down. And just take a glue dot. My glue dots are just not cooperating tonight. They are flying all over the place. I don't know what. This is really not the way to use your glue dots. I don't know why. They are not cooperating with me, but as we roll them up and catch them, my upline always said they're on the roll. Mine are on the floor tonight. Roll this with your fingertip to get it, because it's bigger. So I just want a little amount for this bow to stick on it. So I just kind of took it and rolled it up. And we're going to stick our bow down on there, like so. Cute. All right, now that looks kind of blah, but look when you pop this on the green, how it just kind of comes to life. I just think this is a fun one. And I did use dimensionals to pop the die cut up. So we're just gonna go ahead and stick a few on the card. I tend to get dimensional happy. See how that is two-sided paper? It's just gorgeous, gorgeous paper. If you haven't played with this one, it's a great pack. It was on back order for quite a while, but it is now available. And there you go. Is that just not a fun card? Don't forget the inside of your card. I just used a strip. I actually made 2 of these. So on our standard 12 by 12 paper, these are 2 5 1/4 and 5 1/4, which is 10 1/2, but it's 12-inch paper, so there's still strips at the bottom. So I literally took the bottom piece that was left and I cut it in half, and I have 2 more strips for the insides of the cards. Remember how I said bring the inside in? That's what I like to do. So I am just going to take one of those strips and I'm going to put it on the inside of my Very Vanilla 4 by 5 1/4 inch. Oops, that one did not get straight. All right, there we go. And we're gonna flip it over and stick the dimensionals. They do fly all over your house. I am warning you, you will find them everywhere. And we're gonna just stick that right down inside of the card. Isn't that just fun? Love it. Simple, simple. Now I did add some of our brushed metallic rhinestones. I absolutely, actually adhesive backed dots is what they're calling them. They're not rhinestones. Everything is rhinestones tonight for me. All right, and I just kind of place them around the card. I like to use 3. It's just my rule of decorating thumb. And I like to use different sizes too. So I'll use the bigger one and a little one. These are kind of a brushed metallic and oh so pretty. Just really gives it a fall feeling. Isn't that just a fun card? Sometimes I like to mount the back of envelope flaps, and I did that with this one. I used some of the orange paper and I just did the envelope flap. So fun cards to make. I love that for fall. Now, when you're using that paper, it's bold paper. Here is another super fun card that I made out of that kit, and it is so simple. Just use a big saying set. This is Sunny Sentiments, perfectly fun one. And this one I just said, thank you for all the things you do with a big heart. I just used, look at this paper, it's bright. Literally cut it 4 by 5 1/4, stamp on it, mount it on some black, and there you have a really fun card. Super easy. So this is just a standard card. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and stamp your verse on it. How simple is it? I mean, that is just an easy card. Here's another great way to use DSP, and this is out of the Plentiful Plants paper pack, and this is bright paper too, and you kind of look at the paper and go, whoa, that's really bright. But look how fun it is. Just use your this is the Soft Succulent, and this is the Evening Evergreen, and this is some of the paper out of that pack. And I just cut this 4 by 5 1/4, and then I went out 1/8 of an inch, and we are going to just put a little note of thanks right down in the corner. Actually have this one mounted up for you. But just stamp it right down in the corner of your paper. I mean, look how simple that is. Then I would just mount this on my, I am pushing way too hard tonight, evergreen. And then I would mount this on here. On the front of the soft succulent card. Now I did wrap this and I forgot to grab my ribbon, but I went ahead and I wrapped it with our sparkling white organza. I love, love, love this ribbon. Unfortunately, it is sold out for the season. So that is a huge bummer, but it is a beautiful, beautiful ribbon. Then I just took my Take Your Pick tool and some of the rhinestones, placed those around the card. And then I just added a piece of the inside of to the inside, basic white. You don't really need to see that on camera. I think you can grasp the concept, but then it is done. So these are just super easy thank yous. Like I said, it looks kind of blah, but just add that ribbon on the side and what a difference that makes, and then just sparkle some gemstones around it. Very, very fun card using your designer series paper. And here is another one that I wanted to share with you using the designer series paper, and this is also out of the Plentiful Plants pack, and I have it basically cut out for you, and this is a easy card. I already die cutted out the flower pot, and then we're going to quick cut out with our mini stamp die cut machine. If you don't have a mini, it is just awesome to have it sitting right beside your table when you're stamping. I love it. I don't have to, not that I don't need to get up, but I don't have to get up and run across the room to my die cut machine. I can just grab the little buddy and just cut away. So I really, really like that. It's just a perfect size to have right on your desktop. And we're gonna go ahead. I've already stamped those in Evening Evergreen, the leaves. I am not a plant person, so forgive me for maybe not knowing the proper names on the plants. I tend to just really not have good luck with plants. They don't like me. Probably because they need that thing called water that I never can remember to give them. And guess what? That just fell on the floor. Does that surprise you in this video tonight? I don't think so. All right, now I did a cinnamon base, and you know what? I bet it walked away, but that's okay. We'll cut one really quick because I have one actually right here. And I bet that's the one that is supposed to be there. It was. Okay, 4 by 5 1/4. And where is my DSP? Oh goodness. Well, that is interesting. Okay, that's okay, because Plentiful Plants is right here. This is really, really fun, beautiful DSP too. Stampin' Up! Just has some amazing, amazing paper this year. And I don't remember which one I grabbed, but we'll find one that we like here. All right. Use your design series paper. Use it on your envelope flaps. Use it, use it, use it. Don't hoard it. I used to hoard paper and go, oh, that's too pretty. I just can't use it. And then I would have all this paper. Why did I do that? Why did I not use it? So use it. Use it to make cards. Make beautiful cards. That's what's really fun about it. So I just went in. This is 3 3/4 by 5. And we're going to mount that right on top of our cinnamon cider, 4 by 5 1/4, just like so. Then we're going to mount our plant down in the corner with some dimensionals. So I'm going to grab those. Of course, the blue dots are stuck to the dimensionals. Does that surprise you? Nope, not at all. All right, stick our plant right down in the corner. I used a dimensional on that. And then well, I have the ink out. We're going to stamp thank you, and this is the Tasteful Touches label. I am going to stamp thank you right down in the center of that. I like the Tasteful Touches labels. They are really good labels for lots of different things. So there's thank you stamped in the Evening Evergreen, and that is such a dark ink. I'm going to clean it off so we don't have any more disasters around here tonight. Plentiful Plants is a great stamp set. I love it. There's so many fun sayings. Thank you to a dear friend. You touched my heart. Love you. So sweet. Just a great set. And there are die cuts that match it. So it's a really, really fun set. I like to keep my die cuts right inside my stamp set. Probably not the best way to store them, but it works well for me. And now my leaves have disappeared. What in the world? They're cut out. Oh, here they are. Okay. So for the leaves, I actually glued one down, and I'm just going to go ahead and just use my, sometimes I just work with my fingertips, the edge of the Stampin' Seal, just enough that we're going to stick the one down, and then I'm going to pop one up with some of the mini glue dots. Here we go. You could use big ones and cut them in half too, but I'm just going to go ahead and use some of the mini glue dots. Same thing, just pop the backs off. Like so, and that way your plant just looks like it's growing, that it has leaves instead of drooping like mine do. Okay, then I took some of our essential twine that was also right here. Oh, I have a couple cards going, so my projects are running all over. I love the Essential Baker's Twine pack. It has black, some beautiful colors in it this year, some just really a fun kit. Now, you can tie this off, or you can use some glue and stick it down. I'll show you the using the Stampin' Seal too. So I wrapped it 3 times. We're just going to cut it off like so. Now you can just take your Stampin' Seal or a mini glue dot, whatever you want, and just stick your twine down in there good, because it's not going to go anywhere. So go ahead and stick it down, and then we're going to use dimensionals on the back of the label to, I use plenty, 2 would I'm sure be sufficient, but 4 will make sure it's stuck to the card forever, right? This can never have enough dimensionals in my world. Whoops, thank you. All right. Then you could pop it off the card with dimensionals, or you can just stick it down. I love to send out thank yous to my customers, so I do send a lot of thank yous. And then we tied a bow to the plant, because the card's named Bows, right? I don't want a very big bow here, so let's see if I can do it without wasting a ton. Perfect. And just play with your, especially the twine, it likes to kind of twist up. It's okay. Grab a mini glue dot. Once again, we're going to roll it a little bit with our fingertips and just stick it right down. It's still plenty big for this little plant pot. Perfect. All right. It's quiet. Everybody's sleeping at my house. Can you tell? I should be. There you have it. Isn't that just a cute thank you card? I love it. You could add some gems around it, which I might. And then don't forget the inside, because this is a dark one, so you're going to need an inside to write on it. So basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. Always stick that on the inside of a card base. There you have it. Super simple thank you cards. I send a lot of thank you cards. So this is an easy one to mass produce. Plentiful Plant series, awesome DSP. If you get a suite or a bundle would be the dies on the stamp set. It is a discount savings of 10%. If you get it all, it is also discount savings. And a bundle would be the paper, or the suite would be the paper, the die cuts, the stamp set, any embellishments that might go with it. So those are great savings if you're looking at any of those kits. When I was talking about the bold paper, I also had one more I wanted to quick show you. Remember the artistic stamp set? Sorry, I don't know why I didn't grab this set, and I also forgot to cut out the labels. I'm going to punch that out super fast here. This is using the happy, I call it the Happy Hippos. I think it's the Hippo Happy stamp set. I really like that, or die cuts. It's a great die cut set to use. And these are just some really simple, fast cards that I was playing around with today. This is a great stamp set. Thinking, thanks, and peace. I love the thinking of you. Peace on earth is awesome. Boo is really cute. And stamping with thanks. This is a great set. The thinking of you alone is just a perfect greeting that you will use over and over. But remember some of that bold paper that you're like, what are we going to do with some of this paper? It's so beautiful that you honestly don't need to do a lot with it. You really don't. This is a prime example. I just cut a very vanilla standard card base, and this is actually it's 5 1/4 by 4 this time, of the bright green paper that you kind of go, what am I going to do with that? It's so bright. Use it with the gold metallic in there. It is absolutely beautiful paper, just beautiful. I just mounted that right down onto my card base. I cut out my label already. I cheated and just did it. Sorry, that should have been done. And I have my stamp set, Thinking of You, mounted. Thinking of You is a stamp that we just use all the time. You could use green ink. You could use black. I chose black just because I think this is just a nice masculine card. I also use the black baker's twine. So there we go. Now I did use the black baker's twine, and I wrapped it around the card base 3 times. This is out of the Essentials twine pack. There are 4 different baker's twines. I love this pack. I love baker's twine. Use it all the time. So it's a great staple to have in your stamp craft collection. I guess I should say craft collection, because you don't have to be a stamper to use Stampin' Up! Products. I used to be a very avid scrapbooker. I just joke my kids aren't cute anymore, but I use those supplies for lots of other things too. So I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this label. I know this video is getting really long, so I'll wrap it up. I have so many more fun cards I wanted to show you, and I will show you on the next video. But we're just going to pop this label off. Use that bold paper, Thinking of You. I stuck it right down on there, and there's nothing wrong with a card like this, but I was like, oh, it's still just a little plain. So out of the artistically inked stamp set and dies, there is this fern gold. I stamped it in gold foil paper, but it's just this fern, and I was like, this just needs a little something. So I'm just gonna snip it apart and add some of the gold to the card. Just a great way. It's a simple way to just add a little bit of, and just play with it till you get the look that you want. I might actually move these around and put this one up here. I added my dimensionals, so it's getting in my way. I'm gonna take this edge off of here. Perfect. And I am just going to cheat this in with a little mini glue dot and see if this will work. I used glue earlier, but I think this will work good. Yep, perfect. And I like that they kind of actually are loose too, because leaves should be loose, right? I don't like the looks of that one. Let's try something else here. So there, my dimensional is getting in the way. I might have to actually snip this apart because my dimensional is kind of in the way there. That'll work. And you wouldn't have to do this. That'll work. And I see I didn't use your, you can see a little part of that didn't stamp out. So I was just grabbing my Take Your Pick tool and punched that out. So you can use your take your pick tool for lots of different things. It's a pretty detailed die, so it does sometimes take a little bit of practice or just working with it to get all the pieces out. We have a brush that you can use, or just use your Take Your Pick tool for what doesn't come out. All right. The mini glue dots are really, really sticky. So when you use those, just different, just kind of a fun, different card. And I love to use our gold gilded gems too. So I just placed a couple of those. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes I get a little carried away. But this is just a really simple, masculine card. So there you go, thinking of you. Now, even though I could just write in this as is and send it, I did take, once again, bringing the outside in, I took a strip of that DSP and I just put it on the edge of the, this is a 3/4 inch by 4, and it's not stuck straight, strip of DSP. And I'm just gonna go ahead and mount that inside of my card, and it just actually makes for a little firmer card too. So it's a little bit bold, but it's just a way to use some of that really bright DSP that you kind of might go, what am I going to do with that paper? Just some really simple thinking of you cards. I was on a roll making thinking of you cards tonight, and I do have several more I wanted to show you, but I will just quick show you these. I'm not gonna make those, but this is using the Beauty of Earth collection. I just could not remember the name of that. I have gone through so many packs of this beautiful, beautiful paper. It is double-sided, 12 by 12, and it is absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous paper. So many fun cards out of this kit. This DSP is really one, if you want to make cards, that is beautiful to work with. All of our paper is just absolutely beautiful. But these are some fun ones that I use with that thinking of you. See how easy that stamp set is to use. This is just a die cut circle out of our circle and oval set. And I just use, this is actually the back side of this paper, crumb cake cardstock, the DSP, there's a strip at the bottom mounted on Bumblebee. And this one is Mary Mallow with the, one of the wood grain strips, and the DSP, Thinking of You. Both of these are stamped in Early Espresso with some of that essential twine. Super easy cards. I did pop this one up with dimensionals. You use a strip inside with some white. Don't forget your envelope flaps. You can't go wrong with thinking, thanks, and peace. I always reward for any and all orders with gifts, cards, and thank yous. I am so grateful for all of you for watching this video tonight. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I look forward to bringing you more. I promise I will be back on track and back to normal. Thanks for watching.